Yeah, Joe Sambo, are you there, buddy?
What's up, Crowley?
What is up? Dude, I miss you so much. Let's just start it off with that.
I miss you too, man. How you
Yeah.
been?
Where are you in the world right now?
Right now, I'm actually in New Hampshire. I've been spending a whole lot of time in the Keys, but I'm back home visiting some fam and doing some shows.
Sounds good, man. So if you guys are just tuning in, you're not late yet. We got Joe Sambo on the phone from New Hampshire. And, man, are you making moves? I'm so stoked for you, and we're going to talk all about it right now. So let's start off with this. Before we get into what your music is like and all that fun stuff, the plugs we like to call, how was Turptown, man? I remember last time we went around there, it was a total washout, and people were getting electrocuted and all kinds of stuff like that, but you just rocked Turptown. How was that?
Dude, it was amazing. It was really cool to see it actually come together and be able to play because, like you mentioned, it got rained out like 2 years ago, and I never got to hit the stage. And then it rained, and then COVID happened, but it was, after all the craziness, it was really cool to see the fest actually flourish, and it was amazing. It was amazing. It was a great show.
It was, man, and that lineup was power, man. I'm really, people like that put on, musical events. You got to really get more of them because not only did they pay their bands last time, even though it was a complete washout, but they took care of their fans. I mean, it really, you can see how much power and drive and passion they have for that thing. So I wanted to just touch on that to start off with, man, because I love Turptown. I wish I could have been there with you.
Wish you could have been there too, man. It was a great time.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We're in Knoxville now, and some people may not have heard of you yet because you're going to be a superstar. Tell everybody about Joe Sambo.
Well, I grew up in New Hampshire. I play reggae. I started with my brother and my cousin Chris. It was Joe Sambo Lagoons. And then I decided to put out my own album. It's called The Wrong Impression. I put that out in 2018, I think, 18 or 19.
Yep.
And it went number one on the reggae Billboard charts the month of May that year, and I've been doing some touring. And then when COVID happened, I moved to Key West, Florida, and that's where I've been chilling. So that's the quick gist.
Yeah, right. So, I want to talk about the Jamdemic and all that because, I left, I left for tour and then I didn't come back, partly due to the Jamdemic. And, you guys up there were just getting the brunt of it. And, I mean, there was just nothing to do. I mean, Papas and everybody hitching, the whole crew, everybody were telling me, like, it's just, you can't do anything, nothing. So you said, screw this, and you went down to Key West. Tell us about that whole journey, man.
So, I was going through a lot personally, like career-wise aside. Like, it was just time for a move, and I just didn't know what or where. And then I visited Key West a few times just in my own travels and playing gigs down there. And I had an opportunity to move there full-time and just play music there. And up here, there wasn't anything going on. I couldn't play gigs in the winter. It was too cold to play outside. And then everything indoors wasn't allowed. So I was like, I'm going to go to Key West where I can play outside all the time. And I don't know, things just kind of came into, like, it was very organic the way it happened. It just kind of felt right to go. And I've been there ever since, and I love it.
Yeah, man. It's a cool place down there. They're very musically friendly for sure, especially when it comes to the reggae
such a great
tunes.
artist town, musicians, painters. Like in Mallory Square, they have people juggling like flaming swords on like unicycles. It's crazy. I love it down there.
That sounds like a blast, man. Hey, if you guys are just tuning in, you're listening to Simmer Down 90.3 The Rock. You're late. But we got Joe Sambo, my homie from New Hampshire. And, man, he is just making moves. He's talking about life during the pandemic. We call it the Jamdemic because there was no music. That sucked. But, man, you got to figure it out. And he did, man. You did some other cool things in this past year. You went to the Sugar Shack session.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, I was so stoked.
Crowley, actually, I owe a little bit of that to you because actually one of the times after, it was like a Levitate after party, you introduced me to all the Sugar Shack guys for the first time. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely, man. I'm very close with Ed over the years now, and I kind of shoot him ideas when I really believe in somebody like you and Little Stranger, who they got in there. I think people like that deserve a chance on, arguably our biggest production stage, I guess you could say,
Yeah, for sure.
in this reggae scene. So I'll bet you that was a blast.
It's a huge outlet for people in this scene, and being able to do it was so cool and like full circle for me, because for years I would watch Sugar Shack videos and be like, I want to be on that. And finally getting to it's just one of those achievement unlocked moments.
Yeah, man. And it is a shack, right? It's tiny.
It's a shack, dude. It's Ed's house. It's his little porch in the back. And honestly, like, dude, we were just hanging out, drinking beer, shooting the shit. Oops, sorry.
Oh no, you bleeped yourself. That was perfect. No tea. We're good.
But yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah, man. Those guys are just such unbelievable cats, man, and they have so many things coming up, so many tricks up their sleeves. Just side note here, plug at Sugar Shack Sessions, man. Please check them out. I'll go ahead and say it right now. We're going to be chatting with Ed. We're going to be doing an interview with Ed at the end of September, so definitely keep an eye out for that one, man. They're just moving, and grooving. Speaking of that, you went to Hawaii as well, man. I was looking at those videos. Sure. How was that?
It was unbelievable. It was such a really, really cool, like, cultural experience, music experience, and everyone's super, super nice there and welcoming, and the ohana is real there.
It truly is, man. I have not had the pleasure to go out there. I've got so many homies out there, but I have not made it out there, unfortunately, yet, man. But it's what Hyrie has told me. She's like, yo, it's like, on the radio, it's like reggae is on the radio, not other stuff. Yeah. Like the mainstream is reggae out there, and it's just a crazy feeling.
It's one of those markets where it's like, for the reggae thing, it's like almost like this. It's not hidden. It's like hidden in plain sight, where it's like the reggae scene in Hawaii is just booming, and they love it out there, dude. And if they accept you, they'll forever let you in and party with them. And it's really, really cool, unique place.
That's kind of like New England.
It is. Except they're a little more rugged.
A little bit. Maybe a couple more fights here and there, but, puts hair on your chest, right? You guys are just tuning in. You're really late now. It's all right. We're listening. We're chatting with Joe Sambo, our buddy Joe from New Hampshire, man. You got all this amazing stuff coming. But I remember, it's been a long time now, man. I remember we were sitting down at Main Street a couple times, but one time I remember specifically, and you were down, man. You were just like, man, I just don't know what I'm gonna do, and I was like, you'll do it, you'll do it. I know you will, because I can always sense something. I have this intuitive thing. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I'm a Cancer, but I feel people, and I feel people that have passion and drive, and you got to be talented, number one, and you are, but the people that also have this passion and drive like you do, that is 3/4 of the cocktail right there. And I looked at you, I was like, dude, just you got this. But one thing you do have to do is get a band together. And you've had Quincy and Marky, among others, rolling with you. You got tours coming up. What is going to happen with the band?
Yeah, so, dude, it's going to be Quincy, Marky, and Dave as the core group. And from there, there's in my travels in Key West, I've met several different musicians in my time down there, and being able to mix up like some cats I know from Florida, some cats I know from home. It's a blessing to be able to kind of bring up some of these people that have also wanted to hit the road and haven't had a chance, and went through the same problem during the pandemic and wanted to play shows but can't. So why not bring my best buds, dude? Quincy is a killer guitar player. He's coming out for these tours, coming up for at least throughout the Fortunate Youth part and the tour I'm doing with Hip Abduction in November. And then I have way more I'm going to be announcing leading into 2022. But yeah, Marky, Dave, and Quincy are going to be jamming with me, so it's going to be fun.
That sounds perfect. I'm so stoked to hear that, man. And so I know you guys are doing a gig in Asheville. I can't remember the date. I know it's with the Hip. I hope everybody's gonna be down for that one because we're gonna come out and come give you guys a big fat hug. Man, that's so cool to
Asheville,
hear.
close by to you guys?
Yeah, yeah. It's just over the mountain. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from
Awesome.
here. Yeah,
man.
so we're gonna roll out to that one for sure. But man, you guys are going to be traveling all around. I'm so stoked for you, man. How can everybody find you?
Yeah, pretty much on any kind of social media platform. It's at Joe Sambo Music. And or you can just hit my website, joesambo.com. There's a few things I need to update. I'm getting a whole new merch set up for the website and everything, but that's where to find me.
Perfect. So let's move on here. You got new music. You know, I remember The Wrong Impression when it came out, and you handed it to us probably at Maine's. And yeah, and now you got The Crazy Little Village. Tell us about it, Joe.
Yeah, so it's just a collection of songs from. So I'll have a full length coming out probably in 2022, but I kind of picked these eclectic, different types of songs, and I wanted to make an EP out of that just through just the experiences I've had and like the influences in music I've had, and how much the area that I lived in from New England and now living in Key West, how that kind of inspired some of the music, and trying to create this little sampler like EP of where I'm personally at, not only musically, but where I'm personally at in my life. And I feel like those 4 songs kind of capture like what kind of vibe I'm trying to give people with these new music songs coming out. You know?
Absolutely. And, you know, we were just spinning some of The Wrong Impression tracks, and I haven't listened to that in quite a while. I've been listening to a lot. We've been spinning a lot of the new stuff, of course. And I went back to listen to it, and I'm like, wow, you know what? You know, you still have your sound, you still have you, but the difference between, you know, the Wrong Impression and Crazy Little Village is The Wrong Impression. It seems like there is a lot of struggle going on in your life. Through what I'm hearing, and then you go into a Crazy Little Village, and it's like, hey, baby, this is a crazy little village. We're rocking. We're moving. You know, the engine's rolling now. It's kind of what it feels like. Is that kind of how?
Exactly, dude.
Yeah. I again, man. I can't. I'm so happy. You know, like I just remember all those times seeing. You know, when I see artists down and my friends down. You know, we know how hard this business is. It is not easy, and then we had this, you know, COVID thing, and then it made it way harder, and you just kept on going. What keeps you going, dude? What's the magic key to that?
Honestly, man, really just experiencing life. Like, just for me, it's remembering that, like, whatever I'm going through, people have it like 10 times worse. So I'm blessed to be going through the anguish and trauma and stuff that I'm trying to mentally get through. But what in turn I can do, my outlet is music, and I'm lucky. So I try to use that and motivate myself to motivate others with my own bull crap, you know, and maybe people can relate to it. And I feel like even if it's like 10 people or 10 million people who hear it, that's my purpose of being here, and that's what keeps me going.
Absolutely, man. And you got to be
Ja,
driven.
feel me?
Ja feel. And we got Blue in the house, by the way, man. This is my co-host, my partner in crime.
What's up?
What's up, Blue?
Hey, saw that music video you had. I love that beach.
You know, what a perfect segue, Blue, because my next question here was, we want to talk about Revelry and what you've been doing with these music videos, and I mean, you're just putting out crispy content. I mean, it's looking really good. Tell us about that whole groove there. Great segue.
So Revelry, they're my best buds. Tyler Ayers, Matt Blanchett, Kyle Normandin, the whole crew over there, they were starting their studio as I was kind of starting that first album, Wrong Impression. And it kind of, again, to use the word organically, came together. And they were just starting out doing videos and audio. And when my album came out, I recorded it there, put that out. Like I said, it debuted #1 on the reggae charts. And we're like, we got to make a video. And they just got this nice camera. And like, we've kind of just learning and creating and putting out stuff as we go and learning more as we go. And which led to the Beef video. And like, we want to kind of take things to the next level and try new things we haven't done before, including Tyler did a lot of like animation effects and like post CGI effects of putting my face on a meatball.
Yep.
Hey, perfect. But like we're all like getting this experience that we'll have for the rest of our lives, and it's so awesome for it to full circle. Like we're staying together. It's like a team effort, and we all rise at high tide, as they say.
Yeah.
All ships rise at high tide.
Absolutely, man. I just wanted to give them a shout out. How can people find Revelry real quick?
Revelry, the simple website, revelrystudios.com, and they have all their content information there. If you're local to the New England area or beyond, they are the best up-and-coming like DIY studio around, dude. I will highly recommend anyone to work with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are just the content that you're putting out is so crispy, and that is so vitally important in this day and age. Yes, it's word of mouth. There's always going to be word of mouth, but your image, believe it or not, as much as we hate to think about that, is very important in how you portray your business.
Sure.
It is. It really is. And just wanted to touch on that because you guys as a team are doing just a wonderful job with that. If you guys want to check out some of his music videos, check it out, baby. JoeSambo.com, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're late.
All over you.
And it's all over YouTube, man. It's been so great chatting with you, man. We are going to definitely come check out that Asheville show in November with the Hip. And man, you're going out with
It's gonna be a party.
Oh yeah, for sure. Are you guys at Salvage Station? Is that where you're at? Is that right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a banging spot. That's where I met the Elevators for the first time, actually.
Oh, no way.
Yep, and they pulled up in that old white van, and I got in.
I remember that, man.
Yep. Well, man, I got one more question for you. Every time we interview somebody here, the first time they get the interview, we get one question for them. It's been a pleasure. Make sure you go check out Crazy Little Village, Joe Sambo's brand new EP. It's on Law Records, and he's out there crushing it. He's got Tour of the Hip coming up, Tour with Fortunate Youth, or Run with Fortunate Youth. You got Pacifier. Man, look at you, Joe. I told you. Here he comes, world. Here he comes, world. What does reggae mean to you, Joe?
What does reggae mean to me? Love and acceptance, baby.
And that's all you need to know. Joe, we love you so much. We're going to play our favorite here, I Love, because we love Joe. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, guys.
Peace and love.